Hello everybody, this is Michael, and I am finally going to show you the simple, easy way that I set my camper up. I don't do it the hard way. I don't buy all the gadgets. I like gadgets, but I don't need gadgets for this kind of thing. And it can be kind of expensive to buy stuff for leveling your RV and that kind of stuff, and I don't. And I've been doing it for 5 years, a very simple, easy way, and I want to show you how I do it. Come on along if you want to see it. Thank you. Here at Greenbelt Lake, and I'm just getting set up, and I'm going to show you how the simple, easy way that I set up my camp. And the first thing I do is I go to my cooler, pull out a Dr. Pepper Zero sugar, and I go over, and I just what I use to level my camper with right here. Anyway, what I do is I'll set it right here. And I'll set it in 2 or 3 different places, and I'll set it right there. And if it doesn't move side to side, it can't do front to back yet because it still connects to the truck. Well, it's pretty level both ways, I guess. But then I unhook it. But this is what I do. I use a Dr. Pepper bottle to check the side-by-side level first, and then I go unhook the pickup. Yeah, now that we got it level. Before I unhook the pickup, I put the wheel chocks under the back one. I use the yellow ones back there because I just kind of like the way it seems to work. And I know on a great big RVs, those kind of things can get crushed. But I do that, but they seem to work fine for me. But I do that, and then I go back to my pickup and I'll start it up, and I'll put it in reverse and just let it back up onto the chocks. And I call it locking it in, because if I do that, it seems to help the trailer be a lot more stable than if I don't. I've done it before. I just run in there and don't do that, and you get a lot of more movement in the trailer than you do if you lock it in like I do. But it's pretty simple. You get in there, turn the key on, start the engine, and just put it in reverse, and don't give it any gas. Just let it back up onto the little chocks. Doesn't take much if you put them in there good, and then you put it back in park and apply the handbrake and go ahead and turn the vehicle off. I almost forgot to do all that, but turn the key off, take it with you, and then now you can go put the front chocks in. And every time I do this, it makes it a lot more stable. And now if you've got a slope one way or the other, which I have had that, I put the chocks on the downhill side first, and then I don't even put it in drive. I just put it in neutral, or I don't drive over reverse and put it in neutral and let it just back up on them. But now you put those chocks in there, and here in a second I'll show you that those rubber chocks from Harbor Freight, they're only about $8. Anyway, one side is real good for concrete, which I'll show you here. It's there two sides. That side right there, the flat side, that's good for being down on concrete. But if you have gravel or sand, put the other side down, and you just put them up in there and kick them in good. I use my feet and just kick them in good. And if I do that, the trailer is amazingly stable. I mean, you'll have some shake. You got to have a little bit, but it's really something. And then I unhook the truck, and I use this load leveling and anti-sway kind of hitch. But before I start messing with the hitch, I unhook the electrical, and I drape it over. I don't have a plug buddy or anything like that, so I drape it over my propane, so if it rains, it's not going to go down in the socket. Then I hook the safety chains and the emergency brake cable. And I don't have anything. I use some chunks of wood. And I went to Home Depot and had them cut a 10-foot piece of 4x6 down to every 12 inches, and got 10 pieces that I've used. I've lost 2 somewhere along the way, but I still got most of them. And then I have a hand manual jack, which it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't take that long. Matter of fact, I can probably some of those electric ones are pretty slow. I can probably do better by hand than some of those for sure. And it really, but you have to, and I always get on this side. I don't bang bells, but I got habits. And what I just did is I took the coupler lock off, and I always put that on there, just, it's supposed to, two things: security, and it's not going to just pop off going down the road. But there's little pins that keep, you can see it dangling there, that keeps the sway control in. And so I undo those pins, and then I jack on the manual jack until it gets up to the point where those will come loose. And I keep testing them. That's what I do. I don't use the little bar they have. I do it until it loosens up and comes out. Well, there it is. Take them off, and I'll set it down for now. And I go to the other side. And a lot of times when I can get that one, I don't have to move it anymore to get the other, but sometimes I do. It just depends. Yeah, see, it came right off. That makes a big difference, especially if you have a smaller vehicle. It makes an even ride, and it helps with sway control. Because sway control is what causes lots of wrecks with people towing travel trailers and other RVs, but particularly travel trailers. And then I lower it back down to where I feel there's not any more resistance. Yeah, I wanted y'all to have a better perspective of what I'm doing. I just lower it down until I feel resistance go away. Which didn't take long. This place was amazingly level, and just unhook it, and then you go back up until the trailer comes off the ball. Sometimes you have to set on it and do a few things to get it off it because you're at a weird angle or something. But this one really wasn't that big a deal. I thought it was going to be. I think I turned around and one time and did something, but there it comes. You see it coming right off there. Then I go pull the pickup forward, and then it'll be time to check the front to back level. Alright, everybody, we've unhooked from the truck. Double check the wheel chucks. If you walk by them, I always do. Now because I've unhooked, I need to reevaluate the level on that, and it looks pretty level. Now what I do, almost every iPhone there is has one of these apps. Right there, the measuring app. If you pull it up at the bottom, you can see it has a level. Way down there on the right hand side it says level. When you push that, you get a level. And I always just toss it down there, just double check it. And if it's within a 1 degree like that, I leave it alone, because it seems to work fine for me and my purposes. Right now, it's time to put the stabilizer jacks down. And I use my cordless drill with an adapter on it, because it just makes it so much nicer and easier. And these, at first I didn't have, this trailer did not come with front stabilizer jacks, so I had to get on my back to put I use those pyramid guy, but I put these on about a year ago probably, and I've liked that ever since, because it's nice. You can kind of be like the pit crew at the racetracks and put those things down like lickety split. And that's all it takes. With the wheel chucks in and those things on properly, and then after you've done that, then it's time to hook up the electricity. And you do that first before you do water. But I use a surge protector, and I always put it on, and I flip the breaker on first, because it's got a little tester on there, and it'll tell you if there's something wrong with it, with the connection. If there's not, you turn it back off. And then I like, a lot of people have loose cords, and maybe they like it that way, but I like that being stuck in there. You don't have to wonder where you're going to put it. It's always there. You only have to bring out enough to connect to wherever you are. Anyway, I connect it, make sure it's in there good and tight. And one thing about that surge protector too, it has a kind of a weather shield. I put it back down, and then I make sure that's plugged in good and hit the breaker. And that's all there is to setting up the electricity. One of the first things I do in a little bit though is I'll go set my time on my clock on the microwave. Now it's time to set the water up. But you do this after your electricity because electricity and water don't mix. And on this one, you'll I don't know if you've noticed or not, but you can see the water spigot is on the other side of the electrical panel. So if that's the case, I always make sure the hose goes underneath the electrical cord, so it don't, if there's a drip or anything, it doesn't drip onto the cord. Drifts below the cord. Anyway, I always use a pressure regulator with this as well, and usually a water filter. But this spigot was so close to the ground, it wasn't going to work with the water filter and the everything. So I didn't do that. This one, I just put the water hose. I didn't drink the water. I just took it, used it for showering and for washing dishes. But anyway, make sure it's all under good and tight. It really doesn't take long. Of course, mine, like I've said before, mine's a simple trailer, and it doesn't take as much. Some of the other ones take more just because they have more stuff to do, you know. But one part of the reason I like this trailer is it's super simple and easy. I mean, you couldn't ask for any easier, I guess. Even a pop-up's not this easy because you have to pop it up, you know. But I've been in pop-ups and they can be pretty cool, pretty neat. I had one time, but that was before everybody was on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everything. And I didn't really use it much. It was used, had a problem, and I fixed the problem, but then it had another problem, so I got rid of it. But now I'm hooking the water hose to the trailer. One thing this time, I did have a little bit of a drip right there, and so I've got some new. I've never replaced the seal in that connection there at the trailer, but I'm going to. Because even though they have the strainer on it, the strainer looked a little rusty and stuff, so I'm going to fix all of that while I'm at it. Got one, supposed to have stainless steel strainer in it. It's a strainer and it also aerates it, helps make everything flow better, supposedly. And then you just flip it on, and I check here for leaks, and I go in the RV. It's been, last time I had it out, I winterized it before I put it back up, and so I go double check everything, make sure I don't see any leaks or anything. Because that's the last thing you want in an RV, especially, some of the RVs are less troubled by leaks than they are now, or they were. Mine has Luan and wood and tin, and so, and steel underneath. It's got the frame chassis steel. And so I checked everything, and now that's all there is to that. Well, that's the simple, easy way that I set up my trailer. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you.